Communication is a great emphasis of this program, and in everything that I teach, because we are as successful as we are effective, efficient communicators. So learning how to communicate and get your intention across so that somebody can feel and resonate with your intention, so that they duplicate it, they resonate with it, they can feel and know what you really wanted, and then could align to that, to respond to that in the best way, the most elegant way possible. But one of the problems is that very often something gets in the way. Now, we've talked about this before, and I'll put up the slide here one more time so that you can see the slide of what a communication is about. But the key is this. The first thing is to remember the body. The body's position is 70% or more of the communication. Now, even if a person's emailing or texting, they're visualizing the body, although what they will do is they will look for the tone and the volume of the text, because text takes on a tone and volume depending upon how it is emphasized, if it's capitalized, or how it's using any other types of explanation points, you see? So we even try and get volume and tonality in just written words, which is kind of interesting. But people still picture the person as if talking to them. So we want to make sure that the body is right. So if your body posture is in an open, receiving, or giving manner, the next most important thing is to look at your tone of voice and the volume. 95% of the time, when you're getting into a conflict with someone and all of a sudden you're both starting to yell at each other and argue with each other and push each other's right, somebody's pushed the button. And they push the button where the person is now reacting. They're no longer being proactive, they're no longer present, they're now defending. They are now attacking. They don't feel right. They have maybe even been emotionally hijacked to some degree. And what triggers it more than anything else is the tone and the volume of what's said. That carries much more weight than the words. The tone and the volume. Because the moment I raise my tone, everybody gets defensive, and it's as if we get into a regressive state, feeling we're being yelled at, we got in trouble, we're going to be punished, and we all regress back to a state. We feel little, we feel somebody has power and authority over us, and we don't like it, but we're in that state. So we actually physically withdraw, we tense, and you can feel it when somebody raises their voice. And sometimes a person raises their voice for good reason, because it's very noisy around. Or the person is hard of hearing. So they're not really trying to yell, they're trying to get their point across, but they might be coming up with too much volume, or they might have a wrong tone, because we're very sensitive to the tone. We respond and react, not from the words, what's the tone is being said? You get a phone call, hello, who is this? Is very different than, hello, who's this? You see, one is welcoming, the other is suspicious. And all of a sudden, you feel the suspiciousness through the tonality, and all of a sudden, oh no, everything's okay, and already now you're defending, no, everything's okay, nothing to be suspicious of, and all of a sudden you're remembering times when maybe you were a little suspicious because you had a different agenda than what you were presenting. But now wasn't one of those times, but you're going to react to that because it regresses you back to maybe former times of feeling guilty, of feeling shame or regret in a communication, or being overpowered by someone else. So turn down the volume. Maintain a kind, gentle tone, as pleasing as possible when delivering the communication. This might mean utilizing one of the most important tools that I've shared with you, and that is the pause. Before you talk, before you respond, take a breath, pause. And even if their tone of voice or their volume might have pressed one of your buttons, triggered something inside, and you feel yourself reacting to it, wait, pause. Stop. See this big stop sign. And when you regathered yourself, even if their tone was loud, even if their volume was loud, speak to them softly and gently so as not to overwhelm them and not to get into a battle. It's not about fighting, it's about communicating. It's not about being right, it's about sharing information to find a mutual interest so that you can move forward. Turn down the volume. I guarantee it's not what you say that they're pushing you away, that they don't want to hear, that causes the fight. Very often you have some good insights into things, but it's how you say it. So say it so people will be open, won't get defensive by turning down the volume. Now, the second part is you might turn down the volume of the words that you use by using words that minimize things. So not, I'm really upset at you. That's a high volume word, really upset. I'm enraged at you. That's even more. Okay, I'm totally pissed at you. That's even more. But that's probably, you've been emotionally hijacked. You're overreacting. Pause. And what you really want to say is, gently, see, I turn down my volume, I breathe, I center. I was disappointed in the way that this communication went because I don't think I was understood, and I want to clarify what I had to say. Wow. Now they're not taking it personally. Now they're not going to defend. And they're now saying, oh, he wants better clarification, and he's speaking to me in a gentle, pleasing tone. So that means now I can de-escalate and speak to him in a gentle tone, and then we join together. So turn down the volume, turn down the tone to make it more pleasing, and look at the words being used so that you don't use words that exaggerate and inflame things, but that keep things in a reasonable place that can be accepted so that reason can take over and not emotion.